Hey everybody, what's going on? It is I, your friend, the Midlife YouTuber. So somebody asked me the other day, they said, Midlife YouTuber, why are you so good at standing in front of the camera and talking to people? I wish I could be like you. And I said, yeah, can't. So now why would I say that to somebody? I'm going to break it down for you. But before I do, as always, I want to remind you to please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you know anybody who could use this video or any of my other videos, or just really wants to see a sexy bearded man in a really cool shirt, please share this video with them. Why? Because sharing is caring. So now why was I a jerk and I told this person who said, Midlife YouTuber, I want to tell stories like you. And I said, you can't. Now why would I tell somebody they can't? I'm a positive guy. I like spreading a positive message. I like saying you can, not you can't. That's why trash pandas are so prolific and abundant and wonderful creatures, because it's garbage can, not garbage can't. I want to be positive, like a trash panda. But there's a reason for that. I said, no, you can't, because you can't talk like me and deliver your message like me and do a YouTube video like me and come out and talk like me, because you're not me. I'm me. And I'm me because of my experiences and my outlook on life and everything that made me who I am, and there's nobody else who has the same stuff as me. And they said, oh, I know, I could never do what you do. And I said, of course you can. Now, obviously not exactly like me, because everybody has their own kind of style. You just have to develop yours. And over time, and time is a huge factor in it, you will become comfortable in front of the camera and doing it. And if that means you have to lock yourself in a room, or if you need to go and do it somewhere publicly, whatever works for you, set it up, do it that way. Try a bunch of different ways, do a bunch of different takes. I don't hit everything first take every time. In fact, I don't usually hit anything first take first time. But I do find that when I batch my videos and I record them, the first video, there's usually 10 takes. The second video, there's considerably less. And by the third video, it's one. And then every video after that, it's one. I get into the groove and it just, something happens, something comes over me and I just kind of roll with it. So no, you can't do it exactly like me, but you can do it like you. And I'm going to tell you a great story to illustrate that. So I'm a little bit more outgoing than a lot of people. And I have a very good friend of mine who's an author, and she wrote some very good books. And now I would tell you about these books, but I haven't asked her permission yet. So when I do get her permission, then I'd absolutely be happy to pimp her books, because they are phenomenal. But she's a very shy, introverted person. And she was at a horror convention selling her books, and she was scheduled to do a reading, and she was a nervous wreck. And she came to me and she said, look, I can't do it. I want you to read my book. And I said, well, that's not really fair. People came here to see you and meet you, and they want to hear you read your book. No, I can't. I'm too nervous. There's no way. I can't do it. I can't do it. And I said, well, you can. If you believe it, you can. You can. She's like, I'm going to be sick. I can't do it. I said, well, what about this? Because absolutely, I don't mind doing it and I can do it, but I think it would kind of be unfair to your fans who came to hear you read. So what if we do this? What if, right when it's your turn to read, now there was 3 other authors that were reading with her at the same time, and she was going to be the last one to read. I said, so what if we do this? After the third person reads and it's now your turn, I'll get up and I'll say, okay, ladies and gentlemen, we just need to prepare for 1 second. And in that 1 second, I'm going to lower the lights down and set something up, and then we're going to go. And then I'll have someone cut the lights out, not totally off, but lower them down really low. And then I'm going to take a chair and I'm going to face it to the wall. And you're going to sit in that chair facing the wall, so you can't see the audience, you can't see anybody. It's just going to be you and your book. And you're going to sit there and you're going to read, and we'll get you a microphone set up so that they can hear you. And she says, oh, no, I can't do it. Well, that doesn't sound so bad, but what are people going to think? I said, look, it doesn't matter what they think. You just start doing it. So you do it, but you do it with confidence and you do it with passion, and it's going to become a thing. It's not going to be, oh, she was afraid to read, so people are going to lose respect for you and not want to buy your books. It's going to be, this is how she did it. And then what you're going to do is you just explain to everybody that, yes, I am very nervous to read, but I wanted you to hear my words and not focus on the fact that I was nervous and have that take away from my message and what I'm reading. So we get to the reading. The other 3 people go, and we let the other authors know what we're doing ahead of time, and they thought it was a pretty cool idea. So it's her time to speak. So I get up and I said, hey, everybody, my name's Christian. I'm good friends with this author, and we're just going to do a little setup. So don't panic. The lights are going to go down low. We're just going to set something up, and then we're going to do the final reading of the evening. And I had somebody, I signaled them, and they dropped the lights down low. And we took the chair, we set up the microphone, we set it up on the stand, we got her all ready. She took her place, she took a sip of water, I held her hand, I patted her on the back, I said, you got this, you good? She says, I'm great. Lights came back up. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your author. And she took a deep breath and she started to read. And she read beautifully and eloquently, and everybody was so enamored in what she said and how she read it. So when she was all done, I got up one more time and I took the microphone from her and I said, okay, so I'm sure everybody wants to know why she did the reading this way. And she stood up and she took the microphone from me and she turned and she faced the audience. And she said, I was very nervous to do this reading. So I had my friend come out and help me. And he got me set up. He gave me this idea. And I was able to do what I think is probably the best reading I've ever done. And the reason that I did it this way, and yes, I was very nervous about reading. I'm very nervous about public speaking. But I didn't want to detract from your experience listening to me read the book. I wanted him to read it, but he refused because he thought that you guys would rather hear it from me. And there, people clapped and applauded and said, yes, absolutely, we wanted to hear you, not this guy. So we're glad that you did it, and any way that you can get through it. Everybody was so supportive and kind and wonderful about the whole thing. And everybody was so thrilled with it. And now she's standing there holding the microphone, talking to the crowd, which she was much too afraid to do before, because she kind of got the fear out of her system and saw that the performance she gave was so amazing that everybody was so in love with what she did, and she was so in love with what she did and so proud of herself that it helped her to come out. And she started doing all of her readings like that, because no matter how many times you get up in front of a crowd, there's always that nervousness at the beginning, and we overcome it as we go. But for some people, the nervousness is crazy, and they do not want to do it, or they feel that they're going to be so bad, at least in the beginning, that it's going to detract from the message that they're trying to do. So for her, what she started doing is every reading went the same way. Every reading, she would face a chair to the wall, and it was her time to read. She'd get up, she'd face the wall, she'd do the reading. And then by the time she was done, and even sometimes during the reading, she would get up, grab the microphone, and start walking and reading her book. And people just knew her for this. And she was able to deliver such phenomenal performances in her reading that they became legendary, and more people were coming just to hear her read. And she was selling more books, and her confidence grew. Now, this isn't me taking credit for having an idea. I almost meant it joking around that, hey, what if you just face a wall and read that way? And it worked for her. But what really worked was that she did it over and over and over again, and she saw the results. She saw that she was getting better with every reading. She saw that she could focus on her message by changing a couple things up. So that's what I'm going to tell you guys, that I have my way of doing things, and my way of doing things is not your way of doing things. It doesn't mean my way is better or your way is better, because your way probably won't work for me. You need to find your way. You need to find the little things that help you get in front of the camera and tell your story in the most effective way. You need to be able to share your message with people in a way that you feel comfortable with doing, a way that you enjoy doing, and a way that they enjoy listening to. So hopefully people enjoy listening to me and the way that I do things, and this helps you out a little bit. And there's nothing wrong with experimenting. Experiment all the time. It really doesn't matter if your first 10 videos are all in a slightly different style, or with you sitting down or standing up, or you in a different background, or you not even looking at the camera, or maybe your face isn't on the camera. Whatever it may be, you experiment and see what feels right and best for you, and then work to perfect that way. That's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to start building your audience. That's how you're going to make fame and fortune, and you're just going to do all the great, amazing things, because number one, the only way we fail is if we quit, and you guys ain't going to quit. And number two, none of us are born great. We have to become great. So you have to work at it. And if you put out a video and every video is 1% better, you're already improving. And you don't ever have to do 100 videos. You do as many as you need to do, but you put them out your way, and you watch those videos and you look at them through a critical eye, and you listen to your comments, and you listen to other people who are in your niche, and you listen to other people in the communities, and just work at getting better and just stay positive about it. And no matter what, if somebody says something negative, that's fine, man. Let other people be negative. I don't listen to it. I don't buy into it. I don't care about it. I really don't. I'm here to do this because I want to help people. I'm here to do this because I want to help myself. And I'm here to do it because, honestly, I enjoy this. Like, making these videos is the best part of my day. And I wanted to share with you why I enjoy it so much, and hopefully help you enjoy it as much as I enjoy it. So I hope I achieved that. And if you have any questions, comment them down below. What do you think my next video should be? Comment it down below. What do you think about this awesome shirt? Comment it down below. Guys, I want to talk to you. I want to know your opinions, your thoughts, your dreams. Tell me your fears. I'm working on a couple things. There's going to be a newsletter that I'm going to start doing. Going to do an email list attachment for that, and I'm going to really start working on building this community up, because I get some great comments from some great people, and I want to get to know everybody a little bit better. So please leave me a comment, leave me a like, share this video with somebody, and now get out there, catch your first fish. Have a great day, everybody. Talk to you later.